Hey gang, we are live on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube. So welcome. It is Friday. If you're watching this live, if you're watching the replay, then it's whatever time you're watching the replay, I guess. Welcome back to Lou's Labs. This is where we share tools and tips and answer questions if you have any. So glad you're here. We are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube today. I'm going to put up the link. If you are watching on LinkedIn or YouTube, you can join our Facebook group and watch everything there anytime at facebook.com/groups/go live video. What we are going to do now is share some groovy tools and tips with you. So I'm going to share my screen. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for being here. And let me get the screen going here. Share my screen. Put this in here. And here we go. So I can share it this way. And then I can share it bigger. And what we're talking about today is webcams. And I'll try to do a live demo because I have 3 different webcams set up right now. And I'm going to share a few webcams and a few other things that you can check out at your leisure. And I'm going to start with, go to my slides over here, go full screen on this so we can see that. I'll just share the PowerPoint. I know you'll see all the other stuff on the side. Don't worry about it. The Battle of the Webcams, Webcam Smackdown. Now, if you go online and look for webcams, you may find something like this, where you're going to see a lot of different kinds of webcams. They'll show you this particular site for the best webcams talks about the Logitech, which is sort of my go-to. They also talk about a Nexi Go, one called Foscam. I don't even know how to pronounce this one, but it looks like it has a cool ring light on it. And then there's another Nexi Go here. So what I have found through my research, both using them and online research, most folks will stick with and recommend the Logitech. And the Logitech that I tend to recommend to folks and is highly regarded and recommended. Hello. What is your Facebook, says Facebook user. It doesn't show exactly who that is, but it says, I bet you don't have my favorite webcam. Well, we'll just see about that, won't we? So what we have here then is, let me just come back here and get rid of this so that we can see the whole screen. The Logitech C920 is a well-regarded and highly recommended webcam for just about any purpose. It is a webcam that you can connect to your laptop or your computer. Now, a lot of computers and laptops obviously have webcams embedded. So right now, if I go on screen, I'm speaking to you through my EyeSight camera in the Mac, which is not too bad, but on green screen, it turns me a little pinkish red. The Logitech, if we switched, I'm not going to switch over to that one right now, but the Logitech C920 is highly recommended. And let me share my other slide here where you can see on Amazon, it's about $70 on Amazon. The C920 HD 1080p, that's 1080 pixels. So this one is great. It's got the little cover. It works for both Mac or PC. And we can see it here. Again, there's a link to it. For about $70, it is a great webcam. It's pretty much the go-to. Most experts will tell you that. The Logitech C920x is a great webcam. And it is HD. It is readily available, unlike last year when the pandemic started and webcams were basically sold out and you couldn't find them anywhere. You can find this at Staples or Best Buy or Amazon for about $70. Now, if you want to look beyond, I'm still waiting for my Facebook viewer. It doesn't say who the name is here. It just says Facebook viewer. But I'm still waiting for them to tell me in the comments what their webcam is so we can see if it's one of the ones we're going to talk about here. Again, you can go to pretty much any online site and find that the Logitech webcam C920 is recommended all the time. There are a few different iterations of it, a few different versions. This one, the C920 E has the little cover, which is kind of nice because you can cover it up when you're not online. Lens cap, I should call it. And again, the C920 is a good go-to webcam. However, if you want to go beyond the usual webcam, oh, J.S. Gilbert has the, oh my gosh, yeah, tell me about it. I do not have the HuddleCam 4K PTZ remote control with programmable zoom. Oh my gosh, that is pretty cool. I don't know that I haven't seen much of that one. So thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. JS sounds like a really cool webcam. However, if you decide that you want to try something a little different, let me just share this here. Hang on a minute. Bear with me for a moment. All right. If you want to go beyond the usual webcam, one of the issues with the webcams is that they're typically at the top of your laptop or desktop computer. So they're up there. Let me go on screen. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So my iSight camera is actually up here. You want to try to be as much at eye level as possible, but you have to get used to looking into the camera, which is not as natural as looking at the screen. So one way around that is a groovy camera that I have that I'll show you called the CenterCam webcam. And let me put that full screen here. CenterCam. You can find that at leborton.com/CenterCam. This is an Indiegogo project, meaning you can get it on Indiegogo, but I do have mine. They are shipping. This is not a, you know, a risky Indiegogo because it's actually out. I have mine. And the cool thing about the CenterCam is, as you can see here, it comes down onto the top of the screen. I'm going to go back on camera and show you. This camera is the CenterCam. So I have it. It clips onto the top of your laptop or desktop. And then this little snaky thing comes down here so that the camera is then at the center of the screen so that you can look at the center of the screen and see how that works. So that is the CenterCam. I own it because I reviewed it and I bought it. And it's kind of a cool workaround for not having that, you know, oh my gosh, I've got to look up at the camera. I have to keep remembering to look at the camera. With the CenterCam, that problem is taken care of because the camera comes down to where your eyes are and where you're looking at the screen. The CenterCam, where the hell is it? How much was it? Now I have to remember. You can find it at leborton.com/CenterCam. I'm going to go over here to Indiegogo, a different screen, and see what the price was, because I'm always buying this stuff and then I forget what the price was. The Indiegogo CenterCam is, it's not cheap. It's $100, $115. So if you want to not worry about where you're looking at the screen and you want the, you want to see your eyes looking at the camera, then the CenterCam is a cool option for you. Now I have to find my way back to StreamYard. There we go. Let me go back to the comments. Oh man, so this other camera, the HuddleCam 4K, apparently was, how much was it? It was $139. So still $250 for a high-end 4K webcam. TinyBot has a 4K camera on Indiegogo now. Thank you for sharing that. Awesome. And $115 for the CenterCam is not too bad, really. Again, the Logitech is about $70. The CenterCam you can get on Indiegogo for about $115. So that's kind of cool. Let me go back to my screen here and see what else we have to share with you. So that's the CenterCam that you can find right now on Indiegogo for $115. I own it. It's shipped. They have it. It works. And at the end here, I'll try to mess around with my cameras and switch around. The other camera that I just got was a Movo camera. No, not Mofo. Movo. And they sell all kinds of different smartphone accessories and apps and lights and mics and all that kind of stuff. But what I got from Movo was the Movo Webcam HD Pro all-in-one, meaning it is a microphone, a webcam, and a ring light all at once. I have that right now at the top of my computer, and I don't want to. It would take a bit to unscrew it and show you, but I'll share it here instead. You can see now Movo does have different versions of this. They have one without the ring light that's less expensive, and they have just a microphone. But the one all-in-one is $169 on movo.com. And again, this is a great place to get different kinds of smartphone audio and video gear, whether it's microphones or lav mics or lights or whatever. But in this particular case, what I got from these guys was the all-in-one HD webcam mic and LED light. It has a ring light that you can adjust the brightness for. And then this ships, I do have this now, so it does exist in real life, and they are shipping, and I have that one, and I'll try to show you towards the end of the broadcast if I can switch over to that particular camera. Now, another one that's really kind of cool, that's new, this one's $169. One that I don't have yet, but I have backed on Indiegogo, is the Lumina. Now, I'm really excited about this one. It's a 4K Lumina AI artificial intelligence camera that adjusts to the light and to the circumstances and to the setting that you're at. So this is supposed to be basically a smart webcam, as they say, reinvented from the ground up. You can find this on Indiegogo, or you can go to leborton.com/Lumina. And what you will see there is what they call the world's first studio quality 4K webcam powered by AI. So we'll just see about that once it ships. I do not have this one in my possession yet, but I have backed it on Indiegogo. Let me see what the current cost is on Indiegogo here. If I can just move this screen out of the way. Move this screen out of the way. I have so many tabs open, it's ridiculous. The Lumina 4K is also $170, so similar to the previous one we were talking about, $170. So again, not inexpensive, but very promising as webcams go. They have color correction, they have AI depth sensing, works for Mac or Windows, should be plug and play. I'm looking forward to getting this one, and we'll run it through its paces once I do. But in the meantime, you can find it at Indiegogo or at leborton.com/Lumina. Let me go to Indiegogo right now and show you what's there. And it's there for another week. If you want to get it on Indiegogo, now's the time, because it's only there for about another week or so. So I'm going to share my other screen here and show you that on Indiegogo's share screen. What do we want here? We want Lumina 4K. Here we go. We'll share this screen. So there it is right now, live on Indiegogo. And let me go over to the page so you can see as I scroll here. Lumina 4K webcam, look great on every call with AI. So if you're spending as much time on Zoom and other video conferences as I am, this might be a worthwhile investment. $170 US. It says they got 78 left at that price, and then you'd have to go up to the next level. But again, this is only on Indiegogo for another day or so. You can see how they have the color correction and they adjust to various light, which is great because sometimes if the sun's blaring in a window, it can really mess up your look on camera. They've got a realistic background blur and all kinds of other bells and whistles. So basically, what we're trying to do here is replicate or emulate a multi-$1,000 DSLR camera, which does all the fancy out of focus stuff. This one is supposed to ship. When is it shipping? Does it say here? It's a US-based company in Austin, Texas. ships October 2021. So if you want to snag one of these, there are a handful left on Indiegogo. I'm going to go back to my other screen now. But again, that's not too bad for what should be able to replace a DSLR fancy schmancy multi-$1,000 camera. Let me stop my screen here for just a second so I can go back to my other share screen and return to the slides and see what we got there. All right, so that is the Lumina. And as I think it's JS says, nobody's doing live video higher than 1080p. It'll be quite some time before we see much 4K live video. So yeah, are you wasting your 4K on somebody that can't see it? Possibly, but you know, we like to be leading edge, bleeding edge, and see what we can come up with. And I'm looking forward to this Lumina camera, which I have got on Indiegogo already, because it should, at least, you know, if as advertised, be almost as good as a DSLR camera that would cost several $1,000s. So that's the Lumina. Let me see what else I have on my slides here so I can show you some other goodies here. So we looked at standard webcams like the Logitech, which are quite good and quite reliable. We also looked at fancy schmancy webcams like this on Indiegogo on Lumina. And we also looked at CenterCam, which is kind of a cool Indiegogo project where it you can adjust the camera to move down your screen, which is kind of neat. Let me come back on here. And that is this one. This is the CenterCam. You can see, if I put it over here, how it clips onto the top of your computer, and then this will hang down so that you can see more of the actual camera. And you can kind of look at it, hopefully. Well, mine's all crooked. I messed it up. So those are some webcams that are beyond the typical webcam that you can get at Best Buy or Staples. These are webcams that you'd have to go to someplace like Indiegogo to find. So that's kind of cool, right? And once I get the Lumina, yes, JS, I will definitely review it. And I'm also got a review of the CenterCam that I'm working on separately from this Luz Labs. So hopefully that will be helpful as well. And I will definitely review that once I have it in my hot little hands. For now, I just have the other CenterCam and the Movo, which I don't know if I go to my camera settings, can I switch? Maybe I can. If I switch to the CenterCam, well, now it messes up my green screen, but you can see where it's definitely a different, a little bit more HD. Again, I'm trying to adjust the camera on the fly here. So, but if I do that and I look right at the camera, then I don't have to look up there where the webcam is. So that's the CenterCam. Again, I know it's not the best. I haven't set it up before, so I know it's not the best. It definitely seems more sensitive to the lighting. If I go to my Movo camera, that's going to be really funky because I have the lens cap on. If I take the lens cap off, so now you can see this is the Movo camera. I have it mounted up here, much wider angle. Again, I know I've got my green screen on, so you can see well beyond the green screen and all kinds of stuff in the background. So I would have to adjust for that as well, but that's the Movo. And then back to my regular FaceTime camera, which is what I'm set up for here. And I've got my green screen. That is that one. So those are different webcams that you can mess around with and give that a shot. I know, no more NAB. That's where you would see all of the cool stuff at the National Association of Broadcasters conference that we used to be able to go to in Las Vegas. I think it was usually held last time I was there. I spoke at a couple of times, but it's been a while. I don't know. I guess they didn't have it this year, last year. Let me fix my lens cap here. So that is our Luz Labs on Webcams Are Us. All kinds of fun webcams, from the CenterCam to the Movo, which was this one that I just had on, to the not yet released Lumina, which looks very promising. The Lumina webcam, which is a 4K AI, artificial intelligence webcam that will supposedly look really awesome. Once we get it, we'll review it, we'll show you, we'll see how it looks. And in the meantime, oh yeah, there is a NAB. JS says NAB's back next April. So I assume Vegas, because that's pretty much the only town big enough to hold a conference that big. So thank you so much for your input. I appreciate it, and for sharing your other cool cameras and things like that. I'm going to go back here and show this. And I will put the recording of Lou's Labs up in the Facebook group, Video Nation. Again, if you happen to be watching on LinkedIn or Vegas, baby, or YouTube, you can always go to my Facebook Video Nation group at facebook.com/groups/go live video. That is our quick little Lou's Labs for today, Friday. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. We'll put the recording up for you, and we will see you next time. Thanks. Have a great weekend, and bye for now.